Hello everybody, back to do another self-VOD review because of the positive response I got from the last ones. People like seeing me suck and talk about why I suck, so I'm going to do that again this time. Hopefully I'm a bit louder. Next time I hope to have set up a little thing where I can draw and circle and highlight different things I'm talking about on the screen rather than just pause and have a freeze frame. But I'm not very good at that sort of stuff, so I'm still learning. I've decided to focus on this one aspect of Nepal, which is Sanctum. It's probably one of the hardest ones to play well, and we get absolutely stomped in this. And I want to talk about why that is, what we could have done instead. And I also want to talk about our team fights, our decisions to engage, because it's something that we screwed up a lot here. And I had a few people talk to me about um, not really understanding when to go in, when to commit to fights, and how to look for those openings. So we're gonna have a look at this video. We're running Tracer Genji. I believe they're doing exactly the same. Um, Realistically, looking back on this VOD, I probably would have run Reaper instead of Tracer. You'll see that I get shut out a little bit. What we try to do is we hold back a little bit too much. We don't get really in their face, and so our two most mobile characters aren't really doing anything, and you'll see that right now. I do a lot of this. I jump to the right and I harass their monkey. It doesn't really get a lot done, so immediately already their monkey has come in on our back line and killed our Zenyatta, and we have not done anything. Me and the Genji, we haven't put that sort of pressure. Our monkey was waiting for their monkey to jump in so we could kill him because we knew that he was going to do it. He did it, and we didn't kill him. So already we're off to a pretty bad start. That could have been changed by we either wait back and wait for that monkey to jump in, and that's how, like, we wait for the monkey to jump in, we shoot him, and then we move forward. But instead, we didn't do that. He killed us for free, and we're sort of in a bit of trouble here. Very hard to do. Given that we were waiting for him the entire time, why we were running a Reaper here, I'm not sure. In retrospect, definitely would have been doing that. So we go here in here to suicide, build ultimates. We can't win this fight. We've already lost two players. So, so yeah, their monkey just took too much ground. We didn't really do anything to stop him. We sort of sat there on a comp that can't really sit there. Probably should have been running a Reaper there. I should have been running a Reaper there. But I'm sticking with Tracer. She is good. It was just not. We weren't playing the way we probably should if we're running this comp. Um, One of the scary things about playing Tracer here is if you do try and bunch up on the left, you just get spammed out and you'll just take random damage and there's not a whole lot you can do about it. So that's why I keep going here to duel this monkey, but at the same time, I'm not really hurting him. I'm not really pushing him back. I guess I'm keeping him busy, but I'm also not achieving anything. Here, I got scared that I was going to get hit by a random Zenyatta orb, so I used recall to get my health back. But look, I've blinked right in front of all of them. I've got one blink. I'm in big trouble right now. So that was a mistake by me, moving too far up and not keeping track of my blinks. Something very important that you need to do on Tracer. They ended up using a fair few ultimates there. They probably didn't need to, but it's still not really a bad thing. But they could have, they didn't really have to. Like, we were in a really bad spot then. So I don't think Reynad, who was recording, hit tab very often here, so I can't see what the ultimates are, but I've got mine. I don't think I hit a single one here as opposed to the other stages where I actually do quite well, but we don't want to see that, do we? So again, that's right there is sort of one of the scary things about pushing in early on as Tracer and trying to be aggressive on their if they're holding left. I'm on 9 HP already. And I didn't even really get to fight yet, so I'm just sort of taking a lot of damage and not really doing much. So I blink back, monkey jumps our supports, and I can't really do much about it as a tracer. I try and blink in to help the team, but at the end I just get shot by their own tracer. I don't have a recall. We're sort of a bit all over the place. So regarding choosing when to engage, this is probably a good example of what not to do. Because we're sort of just jumping out and waiting and seeing what's going to happen. Especially me, I'm sort of just sitting on the point, trying to bring them all to point by sitting on it. But all the monkey has to do is sit on the edge just below his stairs and I don't really do that much damage to him. If he drops his barrier, he drops his barrier. If I'm doing that and the monkey's dropping his barrier, my team should probably be jumping them on the left-hand side with our own monkey, but we're not doing that. Um, so I'm not really achieving much here at all. The monkey jumps us. I miss the bomb. Tracer bomb is really hard. It's probably one of the hardest ults to reliably use in the game. One, because you get it so often, but two, because the trajectory is a bit funny. You'll see the best Tracer players miss pulse bombs as well. I happen to miss all of them here. I might do a video guide on you know helping a bit with landing those pulse bombs, because I'm sure a lot of people have even more trouble than I do. There are things you can do to alleviate some of the hassle. So if people want to see that, then I'll definitely do that. Um, so the monkey's causing havoc. We haven't been able to kill him yet. I think I chase him pretty far here, but he does die, and I do get out alive. Um, I think this is the only fight we actually win. So they're all sitting on the point. Normally, I just carved through his entire shield, thinking he was low. I thought someone might have called that he was low or to focus him. But that could have been pretty bad because now he's on 100%. If he had a bit more support or um, had a bit more positioning, then he could have just got a hell of a lot of damage from me and wiped us all out with it. But fortunately, he only seems to have 3 friends there. So that's one of the few times where shooting through the shield is probably a good idea on the Zaya because you can't get much out of it. Often it's not. Yeah, so yeah, we do wipe them out, but it's 97%. We're on 25 and it's ticking. We really got to play this really well and use as little ultimates as possible. So someone calls, I don't remember who it was, but someone called that we're going to hold back up here, and that's a. It's not necessarily a bad thing to do to hold on the left and sort of like reset the initial fight that you have at the start of this map, but um, we've been playing it wrong the entire uh, round on Sanctum. So for us to default back to doing it seems a bit strange. Maybe we thought we could do it properly because we usually do. I don't know, but it doesn't make a lot of sense to me in hindsight. Looking back, we'd probably hold a bit closer. With Tracer Genji, you really want to make it as scrappy as possible, so force them to come out and take damage and then sort of split off into different distances and sort of just engage them all over the place. But we're grouping up again, and I'm going back to do exactly what I've done the entire game, which isn't that useful. I'm discorded here. That Zen's throwing orbs. I could get hit here, and it's not my fault. It's just unfortunate, but I really shouldn't be in this position because I'm not achieving anything. And if he gets a lucky shot on me, or two, then I'm dead. That's like part of the high risk, high reward nature of Tracer. So I probably shouldn't be getting myself into this sort of situation, but I think my rationality at the time was that I thought that I was keeping their Winston busy so that ours could jump in on them. But if you look here, it hasn't seemed to achieve much because their Genji is already pushed in. He's already killed our support. Um, we've got me and the Zaya on point. So realistically, we should have moved our Zenyatta to the other side of our back line, so on left on the screen, so we can support him a bit more. So we've had me and Zaya leave the left-hand side, and they've just pushed in. That's their decision for, or their signal for we can push their little clump there because they can't defend it. So they've gone in, they've killed us all. Really good play by them. Um, I keep using recall without getting anything done with it first. I think that's just part of like the way Tracer ended up feeling on this map. I'm in a bad spot right now. So we're trying to do this, trying to get something done. Can't get it done. Not much to be done about that. I missed the third pulse bomb. Yay me. And that is it, I believe. Just trickling in, try and get something done, but I don't think we do. So yeah, the problem there was that a lot of the way we picked our comp, the Tracer Genji, is to make it scrappy. We didn't really make it scrappy. We sort of bunched up. We took a lot of damage. I, in particular, didn't really do anything or get anything done. If we were going to do that, we should have run something like a Reaper, something that we can protect our supports with, and then we can just say, okay, let's just speed boost in and go in and kill them all. And we'd do that. And obviously, in the next point, we realized that maybe we should be running Reaper here. Um, Whether the Tracer or the Genji swaps out, I don't know. But I guess it's just a preference thing. So yeah, hopefully that was a bit useful. If people want to see a bit more Tracer stuff, I thought that I might do some Tracer stuff. Seems to be a sort of hero like Zaya, um, where people like to get in as much knowledge about it. Helps me learn the class by focusing on it, and it helps other people, especially with stuff like pulse bombs. I know people have problems with that. Hopefully my voice is a bit louder this time, and next time I'll have stuff on the screen, so it's a bit easier to see what I'm talking about. So until next time, if people want to see the remaining rounds of this Nepal VOD, I can chuck it up. So just let me know. My Twitter is at tempo_HeyKatie. Send me a message if you have any questions at all. Um, Feel free. Anything. It can be stupid. I don't care. Um, yeah, I'll give you a response. Thanks for watching.